Now he listens rather than barking.
At least now he listens rather than barking at you. But who's this Dr. Weil? Has he joined Dr. Cordray in the practice? You haven't met him.
No, he's not in the practice. He writes books about how you can live longer if you watch what you eat. That's your third Danish. I'm watching what you eat. That's your third Danish. From now on, no more Danishes.
What's the matter if I have Danishes for breakfast? Even if they do have that fat stuff that seems to bother you so much. My father ate Danishes all his life, and he lived to be 95.
Dr. Weil says saturated fat can kill you. Maybe if he hadn't eaten all those Danishes, he could have lived to 100 like I want you to do.
He didn't. He wasn't hit by a stroke. He was hit by a bus.
That doesn't matter. Danishes kill you. Dr. Weil says so. So, no more Danishes for breakfast from now on.
But I like Danishes. I've had Danishes for breakfast since before we were married. How long ago was that?
You don't know?
I can't remember. We've always been married, haven't we?
I knew it. Alzheimer's. That's the first sign. Trouble remembering things.
I'm as sharp as I was the day we got married 50 years ago.
When we got married 60 years ago, you forgot the ring. I was so embarrassed. There you were in front of everybody, searching through your pockets, swearing out loud like a sailor.
I was a sailor. Sammy was supposed to have the ring. He was our best man. I knew it was a mistake having your brother be my best man.
Well, who else would have been best man?
Your brother Sammy. So stupid he had to be reminded to tie his shoes. Your brother Sammy, who forgot the ring.
My brother Sammy was a good man. You said at the rehearsal you would have the ring. Then you forgot it.
I said I'd have the ring because I knew Sammy would screw it up. He always screwed everything up. Wasn't he supposed to make our honeymoon reservations?
He did make the reservations. He just made a simple mistake.
A simple mistake? How could anybody with any brains in his head at all expect a couple to go on their honeymoon in a dog adventure camp? we didn't even own a dog.
Sammy didn't know anything about resorts.
There's a big difference between the Catskills and the Dog Skills Adventure Camp. It only takes common sense. I should have noticed that those train tickets were for Cincinnati instead of the upstate New York.
Herb, that was 60 years ago. Don't tell me you're still carrying a grudge about that. Remember how we laughed and laughed when we figured it out?
Yeah, it was pretty funny. There we were, newly married, all romantic, and waiting to enter a bridal place. What do we get? No bridal suite. Instead, we were surrounded by barking terriers. Somewhere in the middle of Ohio, in the boondocks.
Oh, well, I thought it was kind of cute the way those dogs were hurting you in the swimming pool.
The swimming pool wasn't much fun once we got there. All those wet dogs with their wet noses trying to sniff us.
Well, it did make us get that golden retriever, Boots, our first dog.
Are you sure that retriever was named Boots? I thought Boots was the Cocker Spaniel that we got after the retriever died. Wasn't the retriever named Goldie?
No, Goldie was the collie. Don't you remember? Betsy named him Goldie after we told him he couldn't be Lassie, because Lassie was a girl, and he was not a girl.
Oh, that's right.
No. Dr. Wiles says,
I don't care what Dr. Wiles says. I never met him. He never examined me. Dr. Cordray says, I have the heart of a 50-year-old.
I'm not worried about your heart. It's your arteries.
I want the Danish.
And I want you to be around longer than this afternoon. Now you just forget about this Danish.
Okay, okay. Is there any more cream for the coffee?
Oh, that's another thing.
No. Cream is bad for me too?
Not just cream. Coffee. All that caffeine. Starting tomorrow, we drink chicory or herbal tea. It's your choice.
I choose coffee.
I thought you might do that. Fill yourself up with poison. So I got decaffeinated at the co-op. We're going to eat healthy from now on.
You eat healthy.
Now, where are you going? It's 6:30 a.m.
I'm going to McDonald's. I'm going to have a cup of coffee and a Danish and schmooze a bit. I'll be home for lunch.
Lunch is at noon, like always. We're having steamed tofu with nutritional yeast.
I can hardly wait.